We are jumping right into this video. We are spring cleaning today, and I'm also going to mention some things that you are possibly forgetting to clean. We are starting in the kitchen, and we are going to start with the fridge and freezer. So you want to change your water filter every 6 months. I also have some produce packets here and the fridge air filter. Changing the water filter is really easy to do. It's just often forgotten unless you have it written down and remember. So I change mine every December and every June. That's just my schedule, as well as these packets too. I change everything every 6 months in the fridge. It's just easier to remember that way. And now moving on to the fridge air filter. I don't believe our old fridge had one of these, but some do, some don't. So you may or may not have one, but we are changing that here. Another thing that you want to remember to do is to clean out your ice bin, and I will dump the entire ice bin out, wash it, let it dry, all of that, as well as when you change your water filter, make sure you run a bunch of water through your filter as well. I did that too, I just didn't show it. You also should remove all of the food from your fridge, toss out old or expired food, things like that. Nice, gross surprise. Wash your shelves, wipe out everything inside, give it a nice, fresh start for the spring. And of course, a really good thing to do at this time when you have cleared out a bunch of your food in the fridge is to adjust shelving or change your setup on how you have things stored. Of course, that's up to you, but I like to do that at this time as well. Now, I know this is often forgotten, so you want to vacuum the coils on the front and back of your fridge freezer. Just in general, you guys, there's so much dust, especially on our front coils, but it puts a lot of strain on your appliances if you don't do this. Clearly, I needed to do this. So here we are. You're joining the cleaning process with me, and we are going to vacuum these coils. I actually had to change from my stick vacuum to my full-size Dyson vacuum because I needed this attachment. So play around with what you have at home, but this brush attachment I think worked the best to finish getting that dust off. And we also wipe down the little fan blades too. Just look around your machine and wipe down any dust that you can see. We definitely had dust everywhere. Also remember to get the dust on top of the machine as well. And we are also going to polish our stainless steel on the outside. And I am using the new to me method, stainless steel cleaner and polish, and I really do like it. It doesn't smell super strong and it does work well. However, I am still attached to the Wyman stainless steel cleaner and polish. I honestly had difficulty with my right side door, the one I started on. It was just streaky. I couldn't get that one door to, I go back to it again. You can see. I finally went back over it with Wyman, but it was still streaky. So I don't understand what happened to that door. But I like the method because it doesn't smell super strong and it still works well. But I feel like the Wyman has a thicker or richer formula, so I feel like it's more protective, if that makes sense to you guys. But I did mention it in my last video, so I wanted to give you a little update on that stainless steel cleaner. I do really like it, but I still think that Wyman is a better performer, but I prefer method for the scent, this more subtle scent. Still in the kitchen, moving on to the dishwasher now. So you definitely want to do a monthly cleaning cycle. wipe out gaskets and the edges of the door and any kind of gross, grimy stuff like this that you see on the bottom here. The monthly cleaning cycle tablet will definitely help with that. I use a Fresh. Also, don't forget to clean your drain filter. I do clean mine out weekly. I honestly waited 2 weeks to do this here to show you guys that it does build up. I have a few chia seeds in there and just a little bit of buildup, but it's not too bad. But if this filter is dirty, your dishes are not getting clean. At least that's what I've been told before. It definitely helps me a lot that I do like rinse all of my dishes before I put them in the dishwasher. So that will help keep your filter clean longer, but I just make it a habit to clean it out weekly. You just rinse it off and put it back in there. I just try to do a nice quick wipe down. If I see any like obvious buildup like this here, I just try to wipe it down before I even do the cleaning cycle. I just feel like it helps clean even better, especially like obvious things that I can see like this. So I'm doing that. That's just me. And here I have the dishwasher cleaning tablets. And obviously you can tell I have been working on this video off and on for a while now, since we are clearly past the month of March. I like to add my tablet to my empty dishwasher. You can use the tablet with a load of dishes, but I just don't. So you just put the tablet in and run it on a normal cycle and it comes out clean. And here's my little helper checking out the clean dishwasher. And of course, we are going to polish the stainless steel. And I am using the Method one again. Like I said, I still like it. I just think I still prefer the Wyman a little bit more. Moving on to kitchen cabinets and doors, just in general. I am going to start inside the cabinets, so you want to wipe down some shelving, organize what you have, also get rid of some things if you're needing to do that. I usually have trouble with keeping this cabinet organized, so I'm glad that I tackled that, and it looks a little bit better. And we have some marks on our doors, courtesy of the littlest one. This was actually a dry erase marker, which if it's not on like a dry erase like book or paper or something, it is a pain to come off. So I feel like I tried everything. The only thing that worked for me was the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, and that's what I'm using right here. And you don't need to have marks on your door to clean them. Just clean them with some warm water and a microfiber cloth and like a splash of dish soap. I like to use Dawn. Same thing for the cabinets that I'm going to show you in just a minute. That's what I do with the doors, other than actually getting marks off of them. Thankfully, it completely removed the marker, so thank goodness. And back to the cabinets now in the kitchen. Here's the after, here's the before. So they both looked like this. We use these magnetic locks. As you can see, I believe it's Safety First brand. And you can see we need to put them there to open the door and to keep the kids out. So we have a lot of marks there from the lock. So I also used a magic eraser there as well. And here all I'm doing is cleaning my kitchen cabinets with warm water, a little bit of Dawn dish soap, and a microfiber cloth. The Dawn helps to break down any grease or any kind of buildup on the cabinets, particularly above the stove. You can see it is super dusty up here. This really needed to be done. After you clean the front of the cabinets, you don't want to forget to clean the top of the cabinets. They are likely very dusty, and it was pretty gross up here because I forget to clean up here. So, out of sight, out of mind. So I was trying to vacuum it. It didn't really work out very well. It took me a lot more time to use a cloth, but that's what I ended up doing, and it actually worked better, but it took more time. So if vacuuming works easier for you, then go for it. But for me, it was just a clumpy mess and it was just not working for me. Such a great feeling when the cabinets are clean. I love it. Moving on to the microwave. It's not too bad today, but I am going to clean it. I already have my little steamer out, so I'm going to use that. I love the Bissell Steam Shot. It's so easy to use and you can use it for many things in the house. If you turn it sideways like this, you can actually get more water to come out and help break up the stuck-on food. Or you could also heat up a cup of water in the microwave for a couple minutes, which will create steam, and you can also wipe it off easier that way too. And don't forget to wipe off the very top of the microwave because there was some dust there. And I noticed it when I was doing the cabinets and it was not pretty. Here I am just steaming underneath the microwave door, and this is right above my stove, so there is a little bit of grease buildup under there, so the steam is helping with that as well. Of course, don't forget to polish the outside of the microwave. Moving on to the oven, I am pulling out the racks and I'm going to do a self-clean steam on the inside, and I'm also going to scrub the front glass here and a little bit on the inside. This is just the Scotch-Brite scratch-free glass cooktop pads, and it does a really great job at cleaning with just water. I don't know exactly what the magic is, but it does a really great job, and I don't have to use any kind of chemicals in the oven, which is awesome. It looks like it sudsed up a little bit because I had already sprayed a cleaner on it just to wipe down like the loose bits, but that's why it looks that way. Just adding in the water to do my self-clean aqua lift is what it's called. You remove the racks, wipe anything out that is loose crumbs, and then you pour in 16 ounces of water, which I just did, and then you just self-clean for 40 minutes. I believe you can change the time, but I just leave it at 40 minutes. I will also use this scratch-free pad to scrub the stains on the racks as well. It definitely takes more time and patience to do this with just water, but I prefer it this way, and just to kind of keep up with it instead of having to pull them out, spray them down, soak them. It's just too much for me. I'd rather just take the time every once in a while and use this little scrub pad to keep up with it. Don't forget to pull out your stove or your range and clean underneath. There's definitely going to be dust and crumbs on the floor, as well as the sides of the cabinets and the sides of your oven. And I knew that I dropped coffee down here, so there's some of that. Coffee and crumbs. And here's one of the really dirty sides of my oven. And of course, I am just going to take my Bissell Crosswave, which does vacuum and mop at the same time, and I go over this a bunch of times. I'm also going to spray and wipe everything down. Also, don't forget to wipe the cord because that gets really dusty and dirty as well. I'm sure it's often missed. And it's finally time to polish the outside of the oven. And here I am using the Wyman stainless steel cleaner and polish. Alright, moving on to the kitchen sink. Well, really all sinks. We are first going to start with the faucet. We are going to soak the faucet head in vinegar. I have this Grove scrub brush that has a little bowl, so I just use that. It's actually Full Circle is the brand. It's literally right next to the sink, so that's what I use. And I just soak it in vinegar for about a minute. So much gunk comes off, and it is very gross, but also very satisfying. Just look at all of the stuff that came off of my kitchen faucet. After the vinegar, I will use the Rubbermaid Reveal scrub brush. You could really use anything, but I use this scrub brush, and after that I wipe it off, rinse it really well, and it is all clean. So I do this for not just the kitchen faucet, but I do this for all of the faucets and shower heads. I am just going to bring you along as I clean all of the faucets and shower heads and sinks and all the things. Here I am just cleaning the sink itself with some Dawn dish soap and baking soda, and then I'm also going to dry it. And I don't normally dry my sink, but I do when I'm doing like a deeper clean. Again, I'm using the same Rubbermaid Reveal scrub brush. I love to use this in hard to reach places like the edges of the sink where like the sink meets the countertop. It is really great for there as well as in the drain. It's so funny, this video has taken me so long to really record and edit, but I didn't record everything that I did for spring cleaning. This was originally going to be things you're forgetting to clean, more like the larger tasks that you would typically do for spring cleaning, or things you're forgetting to clean with appliances, so more like larger tasks, and then it turned into spring clean with me. So I hope you guys are enjoying this, and let's keep cleaning. I love a clean sink. It makes me happy. Moving on to the tub. So here I am just using vinegar, and I'm going to use the Rubbermaid Reveal scrub brush again, and a Ziploc bag, and I'm just going to pour vinegar in the bag and soak the shower head. This helps break down a lot of the grime on the shower head and makes it easier to get off. As you can see, we definitely need to clean ours. And you can tie a rubber band, or I used actually a hair tie because I had it right here, to keep the bag on. But yeah, that's so gross looking. That's an up close shot right there. Definitely don't forget to clean out your drains. So here I have the tub shroom. I also have the sink shroom. I will show you guys that in the next clip coming up soon. But definitely make sure that you clean out grime and hair from your drains. It's really important, but these made it a lot easier to clean. So highly recommend them. And I love how clean the shower head gets just from vinegar and water, basically. Definitely like to use the vinegar trick before I would use any chemicals. And I really do love this scrub brush. I use it all over the house. You can see that this one has like a pointed tip. I believe it's actually meant for grout. And there's also one that's like flat. So I have those two different shaped brush heads, but you could really use anything. Like an electric toothbrush would work fine too. Definitely just make sure that you rinse the whole shower head completely as well. Don't forget to scrub the tub too and shower while you're there. So I recorded a different tub, and it's honestly easier for me to clean like the tub or shower when I'm like physically in the shower, and it's just easier that way. So that's what I like to do. Obviously, I'm not going to record that, so I'm just scrubbing out this tub and drying it out. Back to the sinks and faucets. So I am doing the bathroom sink. All of ours have this cool attachment on it, so we can actually adjust how the water is coming out. It really helps with the girls being able to reach without having a different attachment on the sink. I really like that. It was also easy to clean that as well. And here, this is the sink shroom I was talking about. Just like the tub shroom, it's really easy to clean. And I know that these are chrome, not brushed, and it doesn't perfectly match, but this style had better reviews than the one that has like plastic underneath. So this is the one I went with, and I'm very glad that I did. Now I am just wiping down the entire sink area. Moving on to the washing machine. So monthly, you want to do a cleaning cycle with hot water. I like to use these Afresh cleaning tablets. You can also just do a hot cycle self-clean with hot water. Once it's done, wipe it out and leave the door open if possible. Same thing in between loads as well. And detergent trays, you guys, I did not get a very good picture in there, but it was definitely dirty back there, and it definitely needed to be cleaned. So here everything is cleaned and wiped out. So much better. And this is so cute. I had my microfiber towels all rolled up, and I think that they look like roses. Don't forget to dust on top and wipe the outside of your washing machine. Moving on to the dryer. So definitely remember to remove lint after every use. And then weekly, I will vacuum the lint inside. So you could use those like brushes. Lint attaches itself to like the bristles, but mine, I just felt like I was like shoving it in further. So I got this little attachment on Amazon, and I'm actually able to vacuum it up. It's a little bit tricky once you get down lower kind of here, but it works really well. So I try to do that weekly, and look at all the lint that it sucked up. Something that I don't do very often, but only when needed, I will clean the lint trap with water. So it gets all those little fuzzies out from like the edges and everything. But make sure that you fully dry it before you put it back in your dryer. It just looks so much better. We also needed to get a new dryer vent on the outside because there were birds in our dryer vent. Yes, definitely birds were working on something, but I do laundry so much that they didn't really have much of a chance to make an actual nest in there. So that was good. We actually cleaned our like whole dryer vent like a week before we were going to. Definitely important to clean your whole dryer vent system. And don't forget to wipe the outside and dust and everything. I swear, I'm always doing laundry. Moving on to air filters and the vents. So definitely change your air filters every 3 months is recommended. And to clean the vents, I dry dust or vacuum first, and then if there's an area that's like super stubborn, I will use a damp microfiber cloth after that. And if you keep up with it, you won't need to use the damp microfiber. You could just dry dust and it would be fine. Definitely remember to change your filter. I like this one. We all have allergies, especially in the spring, and mine are no joke, which is another reason why I vacuum so much. So for vacuum cleaners, I like to empty after every single use. It's just what I do. I just can't stand like dirt sitting in the vacuum cleaner. Also, don't forget to rinse your filters and let it dry for 24 hours before replacing. So I will do one vacuum cleaner a day, so I still have a vacuum available to use. And I should put a hashtag toddler life here. Don't forget to clean your brush rolls as well. It's gonna help with the effectiveness. I clearly needed to do that with all of my vacuums. Also, after you let the filters dry, clean out all of the parts as well. Wipe it down and put it back together. Just make sure that everything is completely dry before you do this. Also, don't forget to vacuum underneath your furniture and couches. So I'm actually completely moving my couch out of the way, and you will see why in just a minute. So many crumbs from snacks. I also see some Play-Doh here and some construction paper. After vacuuming, it is time to mop. Or you could use the Bissell Crosswave and vacuum and mop. It's a 2-in-1. I've had this for a couple years now. I love that it has a self-rinse and a clean base, so you can actually just put water in there and it'll kind of clean itself on the inside. But I still rinse and wash all of the parts. There's the front brush roll cover, the brush roll, the dirty tank, the lid, the filter piece, and then the clean tank and the lid. So you have to leave it out to dry completely overnight before putting it back together. I have failed to do this a few times when I first got it, and if you didn't notice, I had to replace that front brush roll cover. It's a different color. It's not like that lime green, because it was really gross and it wouldn't come clean. So please just take it apart and let it dry. I'm telling you, just do it. But I highly recommend the Bissell Crosswave. I've loved it for years and it's still working great. Just definitely let it dry completely. I actually will leave all of this right here on the mat, but I do take the brush roll and stand it upright. I recently bought this Bissell carpet cleaner machine. I like that it's compact. It's not like one of the high-end models, and I didn't want that. I wanted something super simple. I don't need to break mine down like this, but you can if you want to, or if you have like a shorter space for it. It can be broken down into these little pieces. I just wanted to have a carpet cleaner that I could use as needed. Now, I'm not cleaning up after any pets, but I am cleaning up after 2 little girls. But this is the carpet cleaner, and it smells like a fresh mint scent. It doesn't smell like chemicals, so I really liked that. And it did a really good job, so I'm loving that. And I did buy it on Amazon, so I will link that below as well, along with anything else that I can find a link for you. And I'm curious too, are you cleaning along with me, or are you watching me clean to get motivation to clean yourself? I'm just curious, because usually I will watch a cleaning video and then it gives me motivation to clean. So I'm just curious. Let me know down below. Don't worry, I do end up moving the other couch out of the way and finishing that corner back there. I do take care of that, but I don't record it because I have my husband help move it after he's been working in the garden. But I am going back over this other side. I'm just sucking up more water. I'm not actually cleaning it twice. Look at how beautiful the lines are. It feels so good to have the carpet clean. Clean the machine in all parts, every use, and let them dry completely before putting them back together. Anything that I have used to clean that you can find on Amazon, I will have linked below, including this carpet cleaner. Something else you might be forgetting or just not getting to is pressure wash outside. So deck, railings, the house itself, gutters, concrete, the driveway, outdoor furniture. You can bring rugs outside and pressure wash those. Vehicle mats, which I did ours, but I didn't record it. Windows, and that brings me to the windowsill. This is literally the worst windowsill in the entire house because of its location, the way it's facing, it doesn't get much sun, it's a whole thing. So that's why this windowsill looks super bad, because it is. I used the Thistle Seam Shot, a microfiber cloth, actually a few of them, and an old makeup brush to help me clean the windowsill. Also, you might want to wash your curtains while you're here. Actually, I'm going to recommend that you remove them first. And yeah, I should have taken mine off first, but I didn't. So just a little heads up if you are planning on using the steamer to clean your windowsills or your windows. It's not a clean process to clean it. It looks great, but it definitely will throw that dirt onto your curtains and the floor, you know. So do this first before you vacuum and have clean curtains. I also use the steamer a little bit on the window before I use my multi-purpose cleaner. It looks so much better now. Don't forget to declutter and donate. This is just one of the trips that I made to donations. I had to put this in here, so it's harder to clean when you're trying to clean a cluttered space. So here is Sydney trying to clean around her toys.
I'm trying.
It doesn't work. I know, Kaylee, it doesn't work. How's it going over there, Sid?
Slow.
Slow?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't vacuum. Thanks for watching, and thanks for cleaning with me.